We begin with an exclusive report from the Democratic Republic of Congo. They kill, they rape, they burn down villages. The Mai-Mai-Yakutumba rebels show no mercy to those they see as their enemies. Women, children, the elderly, that makes no difference when they attack. They are a powerful armed group which controls lucrative gold mines in eastern DRC. No international journalist had access to the gold mines until now. In the region around Misisi, our correspondent Mariel Mueller was the first to enter 2 rebel-controlled gold mines. She spoke with miners who are forced to pay tax to the armed group, and also with survivors of its brutal attacks, the silent victims of a multi-billion-dollar gold business.
This gold may gleam brightly, but it is stained red with blood. People likely died for this precious metal, destined for the rich world's finest jewelries. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has some of the purest gold in the world. But experts say almost all of it is smuggled out of the country illegally. That often means links to armed groups and human rights abuses. It all starts here, in suffocatingly hot tunnels that hit up to 40 degrees Celsius. Young men scrape out the gold-bearing rock. They earn barely enough to survive on. For fear of reprisals, this man wants to remain anonymous.
When you go to work, you just pray to God because we're feeling like it's a death sentence.
Often it is when the mines cave in. 6 years ago, more than 20 people were buried alive.
I was there with my 3 brothers and other miners. All of them were trapped inside the mine. Even now, their bodies are still inside. I was sad, really down. But I can't be sad for long. I have to earn a living.
And on top of that, this mine is controlled by an armed group, the Mai-Mai-Yakutumba, according to a recent UN report. The rebels demand what they call taxes from each worker.
They beat me up with an iron rod because I couldn't pay their tax. They threw me into a mud hole for days with no food. I was imprisoned there with 6 other people.
He lost 10 kilograms, he says. Other miners tell us similar stories. They say the Mai-Mai are never far. Even now they're hiding further up the mountain because they were informed we were coming. This is the first time journalists have accessed this mine. Both the Mai-Mai-Yakutumba and local government officials declined our interview requests. It's widely known that the rebels often work together with local authorities and even share profits with them. But with the money they also finance brutal attacks on an ethnic group who they see as their main enemy. The Mai-Mai claim the Banyamulenge don't belong to the DRC, so they burn down their villages, rape and kill scores of people. Esther Nanduhura survived one of these attacks.
They found us at the place where we had sought refuge and they killed 3 people. Then they murdered my father-in-law and injured my mother-in-law.
Both of them were over 80, she says. She and her family were forced to march for days with no food. Then they took her husband. She never saw him again. Later she learned he was hacked to death with a machete. They killed dozens, displaced hundreds. Now Esther is safe, sheltering at a friend's house. Rebel control of the mines means conflict gold. But that's not deterring this businessman. The purity of the precious metal has convinced him. Soon he plans to open the first gold refinery in the country and export from DRC to Europe and America.
At the moment, we're discussing a lot with the government. They will check all artisans who are coming to work here. They will try and trace how it's going on, and maybe it will help. I hope it will help.
But ensuring authenticity will be difficult. Traders tell us they fake certificates to hide the real origin of the gold. Esther Nanduhura can only appeal for an end to the trade in blood gold.
I hear the Mai-Mai sell gold to white people to buy weapons. That's why they sell the gold. I want to tell these white people to stop buying from them, so they don't kill us with these weapons.
For Esther, it is a simple equation. As long as armed groups can reap profits from gold mining, they will keep earning the cash to kill.